a lot of people have been confused as to why Argentina had a quote-unquote easy run. A lot of people are confused as to like why England had a quote-unquote easier run, France, etc. They're going like, but how are these teams meeting? So a lot of people don't remember that FIFA changed the way they created their draw for this World Cup.
The seeding. They
right?
seeded them the way they seed in tennis. Yes.
Yeah. And so what they said was, we're going to change the formats. And so for this World Cup, for World Cup 2026, the top seeds the top four seeds cannot meet each other before the semi-final.
Yes.
Now, they could get knocked out.
Yes, obviously.
You know what I mean? They could get knocked out. Like Norway could have knocked out England.
Yes. Egypt could have knocked out.
Egypt could have knocked out Argentina, etc., etc. So it's not about making sure they get to the semi-final, but their goal was that the top four seeds wouldn't meet before the semi-final. Now, on one hand, some people can argue what it's done is it's created a World Cup where the big teams bump into the small teams more frequently, which creates better games for small teams.
Dream for the small teams.
Yeah, as you've seen, like the team from Cape Verde all said this was our dream. We never imagined this.
Messi,
right? On the other hand, people say it's ensured their path to the final because they don't have to eliminate each other. I think both arguments have merit, you know, because
I like how you literally like the evil angel on Infantino's one shoulder, and then you're the good angel on the other shoulder. You're like giving him props, but then you're also going.
Yeah, but I mean, both things are true.
No, I'll say this, because in tennis, and again, I know people struggle with the seeding system. So in tennis, Alcaraz and Sinner, will either meet in the final or they won't meet at all. That's how they make it. They go like the top two seeds don't get to meet till the final
because it'll spoil the game.
No, they're trying to go like if everything happens the way it's if it's in our dream scenario, the final should be the top two. But then remember, the top two have to meet the top three and top four. So they have to meet. They go meeting like slightly stronger opposition as they go on, and that's how it should be. And so for me, I understand people because people will go like, oh, but Spain topped their group, but then they end up facing. FIFA is not rewarding you for just last year's performance. It's rewarding you for over 5 years of performance. That's how they see them. So Argentina has almost won every competition they have been in. Two Copa Americas, the World Cup. They're the top seed in South America. They shouldn't be meeting France at any point. France has been playing so well in Europe for the past 5 years. They shouldn't be meeting Argentina. So you're being rewarded for the good work you've put in over a considerable number of years. And for me, I'm all for it.
This episode is brought to you by Verizon. As an official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, Verizon is bringing once-in-a-lifetime experiences to their customers. Free tickets to matches, pitch-side access during gameplay, and meet and greets with soccer legends. If you're not with Verizon, no sweat. Stop by a Verizon store to get in on the action and learn about their offers for new customers. No one gets you closer to the FIFA World Cup 2026 than Verizon. Don't you think it robs us as the fans, maybe? And it robs the smaller teams of the opportunity to pull a Croatia in the semi-final, to pull a, who else? Morocco in the semi-final.
No, it doesn't.
To pull a, you know what I mean?
No, it doesn't.
You don't think it does?
No, because for me, if the small teams overperform and one or two of the big teams underperform, then the top seeds will meet somewhere. Does that make sense? They'll meet. So for me, the way I look at it, because you're talking about the top four, but remember England, Brazil, Portugal, those teams will meet at some point. They're not the top four per se, but they're top heavyweights.
I hear what you're saying.
So Argentina.
No, I hear what you're saying.
I don't even think they needed this because Argentina in 2018, remember, they messed up and they lost their game against Croatia. And what was their reward? Instead of taking the easier path that Croatia ended up taking, they ended up meeting France in the next round. And Mbappe knocked them out. So for me, it works. For me, I like the seeding. It works in basketball. The top seed in basketball in the playoffs meets number 8. The Golden State Warriors are not going to meet the Lakers in the first game.
I guess it also sets up the idea behind it is, and I think we forget this sometimes. The idea is also that we don't end up with a lopsided end of a tournament.
Yes, thank you. Yes,
you know,
where Curacao is playing Cape Verde.
In
the final.
You don't not even Curacao Cape Verde would actually be a great game.
Yes,
I think you actually what they don't want is it to be Curacao versus Germany somehow, or Curacao versus France
versus where everyone comes in going like, oh, this is
where that final game doesn't seem like people go, we always say this even in football, we'd be like, that was the real final.
Yes, the final before the final.
It was the final before the final.
You don't want that in the round of 16.
The big teams in the Champions League will meet in the quarters or the semis.
Yes.
And then on the other side, there's like a random team that's coming in from,
Bodo Glimt.
Yeah, exactly. Good for them. But I would argue on a business side and as a spectacle,
yes.
People are less inclined to watch because everyone expects one team to win. And if they don't, people are just like, what happened?
People hate to admit it. Okay, not sports fans, because we tend to be very realistic. People want George Foreman, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to make.
They want heavyweights just throwing haymakers at each other.
Yeah.
They don't want like George Foreman versus Joe Opio. And then Joe Opio is knocked out in the first 15
What a
seconds.
fight. How long do you think you could last?
I think I would last 5 seconds by running around the ring, running as fast as possible. And then I would last a bit longer if I just ran out of the ring and then out of the stadium and then just continued on my way home back home to Uganda.